So you were saying like Hollywood isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, so yeah, so yeah, Hollywood not going anywhere. So which is why I decided about 10 years ago to get back into the industry, which is why I moved out here to Los Angeles. So um definitely now I've definitely learned a lot. And then also I've stayed in contact with quite a few friends that are in the industry. So just getting tidbits from them, talking to them, conversing with them about their experience, what they're going through, getting advice from them. So um, definitely much better mindset, definitely more focus towards wanting to be in the industry. I would say not wanting to just be an actor, understanding the many streams of income in the industry, where you can be an actor, writer, producing many hats to wear in the industry. So, uh, but I would say I know that I want to be in the industry. I want to create. I want to make projects. You know what I'm saying? So, this definitely wasn't the focus I had at 15, 16 years old. So, um,
Gotcha. Okay. So let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on the strike then? What resolutions do you think they can come up with?
Uh, so getting the research, doing my research, and also again talking to friends that are writers and authors, this is something that was bound to happen soon. Um, and it's very necessary. Um, as you know, the AI, the Chat GPT, ABC, whatever, all the million acronyms is coming out and stuff like that. That's where a lot of companies are trying to go with. And so, like, I don't know if y'all have heard like the tidbits from SAG after President Fran Dresser. Like one of the one of the things they brought up was scanning a background actor's face and paying them for 1 day of work with the ability to use their image for the rest of their life. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Yeah. And so, like that's like where they're trying to go. And so And then one of the biggest things with that's going on with the strike is residual payment. So with streaming, a lot of things are being streamed now. Streaming is like king. So, and I don't know, again, if y'all been paying attention, a lot of actors are saying what their residuals are. You don't get nothing from streaming really. You get pennies on the dollar. Like
Right?
Mm.
you're not, and that's the thing with actors. Residuals is how you keep money in your pocket. That's how
Hmm.
you're able to continue to financially be stable wherever you live and keep going. Because once they pay you for the show, once the show is over with, or your role is cut, or anything like that, that check is gone. But if your show or film or so like that is syndicated and is shown again and again, you
Hmm.
get checked like that. So like for HardBall, I still get a check. I will get a check from that show or that movie to the day I die. If it's seen on any TV stream, anything, I'm gonna get a check. You know what I'm
And then
saying?
it
Now
goes
it's
to your children, right? Royalties.
I don't know. I gotta talk to the person that did the negotiations for that. 'Cause I don't need to have kids. 'Cause I don't need them
Yeah.
getting my money.
The industry is very complex, like how you said. Like there's just it's easy to understand how people get, into these bad deals and just because there's just so much information and it's hard to keep track of that.
And I wouldn't say bad deals, because like at the end of like as you want to, especially you live in LA, New York, these places they
Hmm.
cost a lot of damn
Right.
money. You want to get on screen. And so for the most part, yeah, that might be a bad deal, but it's a deal you take in the beginning. It's
Yeah.
more money than what you got now, because it's hard to keep a 9 to 5 job or keep a
Hmm.
steady type of job going on auditions. And if you book, you're away from like weeks or months or so like that, or missing work because of, you know what I'm saying? And so
Hmm.
I wouldn't say bad deals per se. Um, uh, uh, it's just being able to be financially uh, compensated for the work you do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these actors, particularly the working actors, I mean, not the A-listers are very supportive, but they're good. You know what I'm saying? But the working actor want to get out there on the grind, trying to get out, going out there audition, looking to get these roles and stuff like that, busting blood, sweat, and tears, don't know when their next check gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Being compensated properly is something
Hmm.
every actor should get. And
Absolutely.
so And so with streaming, they're not compensated properly. And writers too, they're not compensated properly at all. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason these are hit show. Like, for an
Mhm.
example, so like I said, I get a check from HardBall. I think my last check I got was $30. That's more than some people that are getting on shows that are like out now. You know what I'm
What?
saying? Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
But I think it's all that perception of like, when we see people on TV, we think like, oh, they got a lot of money, they made it, they're successful. And that's not the case. From what I've heard, there are a lot of middle class actors still. So, and that's just the thing, that's reality.
I was talking to a friend earlier today about it. Acting is our 9 to 5 for a lot. It's a 9 to 5 for a lot of people. So it's like, say for instance, you work a 9 to 5, they pay you for coming in to work, but they're not gonna give. They only gonna give you $2. They go, so you get paid $20 an hour. We'll pay you $20 an hour for your work. We're only gonna give you a $2 for your bonus because we're gonna give you $2 bonus because the work you did is is no way to really judge it because so many people did the job as well with you. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna give you a $2 bonus. You know what I'm saying? So but the difference between it is you still go back to your job. Once once we're off a show or done with a film, there's no more money.
Mm.
They don't, you get what I'm saying? And so not being compensated, like residuals are very key for an actor to survive, like I said at the beginning. And so yeah, like I said, when some of these checks I was looking, I've been shown and stuff like that, I'm like, bro, that's ridiculous. There's no way I should have a check almost 21 years later that is more residual wise than what you're getting for a show that is booming. Like, and you're doing a great ass job. Like that show was popular. Everyone, people can quote it. I watch it, I love it, and that's not fair at all. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
then trying to replace people with AI and stuff like, no, that's not fair.
It's
So,
crazy.
it sucks because there's a lot of actors that need gigs. You know what I'm saying? We don't know when their next check gonna come. They're struggling stuff like that. But in the totality sense, as far as for the future, like it makes no sense to continue be struggling. If I'm booking work and I'm doing and I'm hit shows and films and stuff like and I'm still broke. That don't make sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
I read like the Squid Games, the creator of Squid Games,
Mhm.
generated $900 million for Netflix. He doesn't own the IP and he doesn't get residuals.
Wow.
You
Mm.
know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
mm, mm.
So like it's
Sad.
it's something that is necessary, and I kind of think it's gonna be drawn out for a good minute because I mean once you these studios they're not really trying to be they're not trying to play fair from what
Yeah.
I've seen and what I've
Hmm.
heard. So I would say people be prepared to be seeing a lot of reruns. Um, you know,
Yeah.
whatever's coming out, be happy with it because I think the writer strike has been going on for like 4 or 5 months. And then
Hmm.
Wow.
I read something on that they're willing to go all the way to October until they start running out of money and they can't afford their houses and stuff. And like, bro, do you know that living in LA, a lot of these writers don't have a house? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't writer, I mean I'm not writer. Like writers, oh my God, like the way they're not like, and without them, I don't get a job. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like those are like that's almost the heartbeat of a show or a film is the
Yeah.
writers, the people that put the
Hmm.
content on the paper. And
Those
when
are the
they're not
real
being
creatives.
and they're not being like, no, that's totally out of line. Totally out of line. So I stand strong with all my writer actor friends. It's I mean, it's gonna be a tough road ahead, definitely. But it will come out. I definitely feel like we will come out with a better, much better deal compensation wise and something to move forward with in the future. Just for now, it's gonna be tough. Definitely gonna be tough.
Okay. But you're basically saying residuals. That's the
Resi
resolution.
resi residual, better residual like man, you got like residuals is very, very key. Very key.
Okay.
Because at any moment they can cancel you from a show,
Mhm.
and now you ain't got no money. But if that show was picked up and it's rerun, it's showed over and over, you should be
Mhm.
compensated for that show being seen. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Just
I agree.
point blank period. So
Yeah, and that should be like common sense. That's only right.
yeah, it's
I
America.
know.
America.
You're right.
You know how
This is
corporations
America.
are. Corporations are
Oh,
greedy.
and the
Mm-hmm.
crazy part is that another thing is that so a lot of shows that get canceled, a lot of them get canceled for tax breaks. So when they cancel the shows, it's a tax break on the company to save money.
Mm,
What?
mm.
Yeah.
I
So
never
like
knew that.
yeah, so like when HBO got rid of a lot of their shows, they got rid of like Insecure, like a lot of their minority shows and stuff like that. Yeah, so tax break.
Which were
A
very
lot of these
successful.
but a
Right.
lot of these shows, a lot like some shows are bad, but a lot also there are tax incentives to getting rid of things as well. So it's
Mm.
like, come on now, y'all can. We ain't asking for $1 million. We just asking for a much better fair cut of this ginormous pie of Hollywood that you all get. That's
Mm-hmm.
all it is. We want to be able to be sustained, financially stable, to continue to work. That's all.
Hmm. I did not know that. That is so crazy. That's actually
Yeah,
mind-boggling
yeah.
that you would get a tax break for canceling the show. I feel
It's
like
it's
that's one of the loopholes.
it's a million loopholes to taxes. So yeah, like, that's just one of them. But like again, I'm not saying that all the shows are under that, but like yeah, there's certain because there's a lot of shows that got canceled. I was like, whoa, why? But now cut
Mm.
costs. Like a lot of it, most of the time it's a cost cut.
Mm,
Again, there are bad shows, but it's a cost cut. It's cost involved in some shape, form, or fashion. So as again, once you
makes
take that
sense.
show off, that person now they got to bustle and hustle to get another job, but they already did work that they're not going to be compensated for
Right,
because it's on
right.
streaming. Yep.
Okay, well
It's just
that's
like a
interesting.
big, it's just like a big game, you know. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
because as you're saying that, like I'm thinking about like that's why we should be more independent and do our own thing, like us as podcasters as well. But then it's like that those it's hard when you're doing it by yourself, you know what I mean? You need that
It's so
machine to be
hard.
seen. So
Yeah.
it's like you
Yeah.
need them, and that's how the game is set up. So it's difficult.
Yeah. And then you need the money. It's like the money,
Yeah.
the marketing,
Hmm.
the viewership and stuff like that.
Right.
But as an independent, you can create that, but the number honestly, it's the money. Like when I tell you, like
Yeah.
if I can just be given $10,000 to make a film or a show, like a show website, like oh my God, I can just think about creating. I don't have to think about coming up with no money to pay enough. Like it's already there. Oh my,
Mm.
I'm excuse me.
And that's one of the hardest things about being
Yeah.
a creative is
It's
your
the money.
budget. Yep, is the
Yeah.
money.
That money, man.
Hmm.
Hmm.
As creme de la creme in all cases.
Yeah, especially being a podcaster, you wouldn't think that money would be an issue. You
Um,
really wouldn't need that much money to start up or be successful, but everything
Yeah.
has to do with
I'll,
money.
and as well, you all can contest, and I can contest as well as having a podcast. It doesn't as your podcast gets better and people are catching on to it, they like it, it's getting steam, you got to spend the money, better
Yeah.
Hmm.
mics, editing,
Yeah.
aesthetics, you know what I'm saying? All the way down to marketing, pictures,
Hmm.
social media marketing stuff. Like the money, you got to spend some money, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just what it is. Um, so yeah, just podcasting, just on this scale. Now picture that 100 million times for like big production, big shows and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Like it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because like yeah,
Hmm.
with my podcast, Live from the Couch podcast, I was doing the editing.
Hmm.
I was editing audio. I would do the posting. I bought the recording, like, and I'm like, yeah, man, this is a little too much, man. I'm gonna have to just because trying to cut costs and getting an editor, getting the cost on somebody to record and stuff like that. Because
Hmm.
we used to have a friend to record in the studio, and he by the grace of God, thank him, he was doing it for free. But you know what I'm saying? We didn't have any equipment, and then I was like, you know what? That had stopped, and I was like, man, I gotta buy some equipment. And I'm looking at the equipment, like, okay, all right, so now I have to just cash it out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, at the end of the day, just that if you can just have money that's like, here, this is to make something, make something. man, you know how much I think a lot of good content, good quality stuff will be able to come out with a lot of independent actors and writers that with the ideas that they have would be correct.
Mm. Let's
So
talk
on
about your
that,
podcast.
yes, I was gonna
Mm,
say on that note, tell us
yeah.
about your podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's called Life on the Couch Podcast. I came up with the title just off the whim that I realized most conversations and just I was actually sitting on the couch and I'm like, man, I'm just sitting here like, man, we had some great ass conversations on this couch. There's some great times on this couch. And always then I'm like, when you look at TV shows, there's always a couch that everyone sits down and had a conversation, podcast, and sit on the couch. So live from the couch is the voices, the conversations, the heartbreak, the happiness that comes from the couch. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say nothing off limits once it's the couch. Because it's like that couch is just it's the mecca of all ideas, conversations, anything with friends, family, and stuff like that. Um, so I started off on Instagram doing like minute videos and stuff like that. But then one of my friends was like, hey man, well, quite a few people was like, hey, you should do a podcast. I was like, all right, cool. And so I just made it a podcast. So um, but yeah, we just like we're a variety podcast. We speak about recent trends, we get into deep things like I ain't gonna say relationships because I realize relationship talk on podcasts is like the worst thing now in the internet.
Why you say that?
Man, everybody was saying you it's a million and one ways about getting a guy, girl, or getting in a relationship, let's say, and keeping a relationship, or getting out of a relationship, or this new thing, the bare minimum I'm hearing from girls. So the bare minimum, like what's the bare minimum? I'm just trying to understand. Like, is there a set minimum that all people supposed to go by, stuff like that? But like it's a million different ways, and I'm like,
True.
so I hear it, and it's like, and I'm not saying like we talked about it too, but I'll be like, bro, y'all really be giving a lot of and this is my opinion. The views and expressions expressed by me are paid for and only bought by me. So um it's a lot of what I feel is what worked best for them and what they when they're experiencing. So it's like I guess it's good the content to hear, you know what I'm saying? But like me, it's like, bro, just do what you like. Because at the end of the day, all these people that do and this is my opinion, they do this, oh, well, this person, you gotta have this type of you shouldn't accept this and that. There's someone that does accept that, and they're probably the happiest person in the world. While the person that don't accept it because they're trying to make sure they don't get the bare minimum, they're treated this and that. And if it's not this, but the person he does this person, he or she does this there, but they're not all of this. And it's like, man, like ain't nothing perfect, ain't nothing 100%. I'm not
True.
perfect, nobody's perfect, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say I know the answer. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff I like that I enjoy being in a relationship. I know people won't like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't saying that that's not saying that I'm doing bad things. I'm not saying you doing bad things. You just doing what you like. You know what I'm saying? And so with these conversations with the podcast and stuff, it's like, bro, I think what it is that I feel like if it was more just like fun and games, opinionation, stuff like that, and people weren't really trying to make sure I need to know, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think it wouldn't have that bad of a rap, but like it's so bad. Like God leave some of the stuff up in and be like, come on
Right.
now, man.
Like you
Stop it.
actually need to go to counseling. You don't need to be
Yeah,
calling into the
just
podcast asking us. Like you need
yeah,
some real
man.
help. Like
Cause like you call you ask me like what's wrong? Oh, I'm trying to figure out what makes like just ask him. Well, he said, well, I mean, shit, if it ain't really working out, then just stop. But it's not that
yeah.
hard. I know. Well, then take the bump now and try to figure like you know what I'm saying. Like, and I'm not saying it's not good advice being put out there. I just think it's too much out there. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like it's just dwindle it down. But with my podcast, yeah, we just recent events, stuff like that. So we're just more fun, jolly, happy. And then with my co-host, Gary Gray and Miss Candace Joy. I don't know why I did this like they here. Um,
Wait, but isn't Gary on? Isn't he an actor as well, voiceover actor?
yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that name's familiar. Okay.
yeah. So he's one of my best friend. The
I
first
remember
people I
him from
met when
Rocket
I moved out
Power.
here. Yes, he does the voice of Squid. So
Oh, okay.
um,
Rocket power.
yeah. So
One of my favorites.
so And so what with our podcast is that we we definitely, I don't know if y'all heard any of our episodes or seen any of our episodes. We have a different, unique blend of all our personalities. Like, so, and so when it does have conversations, like we say relationship conversations, like deep conversations, like what's been going on in like government, like Black people, like social justice, stuff like that, our perspective comes with a good goal, but a different view that can be reached by everybody, which I
Hmm.
think that's what I love about our podcast. Because like me, I'm the brutal honest guy. Like I just be like 100, like that's what it is. Like I don't care about hurting people's feelings because my thing is, if you ask me, I'm gonna be honest with you,
Hmm.
and I'm not here to be like your best friend or sugarcoat. You know what I'm saying? And then also, I don't want you to keep asking me, so I'm just gonna tell you what it is. If you like it, you like it. You know, you know. And so, and then you got like Gary. Gary's the more he gives you the more the reserved feel of it, but like in a kind of way, it's like approachable. You know what I'm saying? Like, then it's nothing in a bad way or stuff like that. Like it's like I want to talk to him because Mike, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't want to deal with this. I want to deal with this asshole Mike. I'm gonna go talk to Gary. So then you got Candace, the girl with the nice smile, the calm energy, and then she gives the that feminine, strong Black energy, but also the great perspective of and a balance between me and Gary. So she can give you a little bit of the asshole me, but also at the same kindness of Gary. So like our whole blend of our concoction on our podcast is very, very great and unique, and I love it. So, and very happy I decided to make the podcast because um, when I say the growth of it was exponential. Like within 2 years, we had people hitting us up to be on our show. Like they were like, "Hey, I'm
Wow.
gonna be in the LA area. Um, can we be on your show?" I'm like, "Okay." How you know
Yeah,
about
what's up with me and Kevie?
Love it.
Okay,
Love that.
I'm gonna rewind it. They hit us up. So now to bring it back forward, if you all would like to be on the show, absolutely, I have no problems with that at all. We can do the if y'all in the LA area and y'all want to slide by, works for me. We can do the. I think I done a Zoom one before too. Yeah, what I did a Zoom one. One of my friends from college, he's an artist. He hit me up. He's like, man, I want to be on your podcast, bro. You put me on there. So uh the growth was like crazy and like it really made me happy, excited. So we are coming back next month. uh we had a long hiatus, so I had a hernia surgery about a year and a half ago, so
Mm.
it was like a long.
Hmm.
I wanted to make sure I was fully healthy, but then when things started getting back good, this was around the time like COVID and stuff like that. I wanted to come back better, and I wanted to make sure I come back with consistent content. So
Hmm.
and people been asking like, man, I'm trying to get back on. I want to get on the couch. I want to debate you because you be saying dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? Or I won't be liking how y'all don't let so and so do this and that. I want to talk. So I want to get on the couch. So for all anyone listening, stuff like that, Live from the Couch is coming back next month.
All right.
First episode TBA. So be lookout
Okay.
for promo and stuff like that. So but yeah, no, I absolutely love it. Like it's and one of the reason I started it was I was in one of those. I was in like a creative funk, and it was one of them auditioning, not getting no roles, and then like I know I'm good. I'm a good actor, but I need to do something creative. I need to do something to like put my hands on. I need to have
Hmm.
something with my hands on. So created the podcast, and I'm loving what it's becoming, opening up other doors, working, creating a web series, started my own entertainment company, Uneducated Genius.
Oh,
Um,
Okay.
okay.
so which is the name of my YouTube channel. So that's the podcast is on my YouTube channel, Uneducated Genius. So uh it's just that was it's my baby. So it's like it's my baby, it's my firstborn creative project with my hands on it, and it's just been giving me so much excitement and so much excitement and energy to create more and put out more out there for the public.
Love it.
Okay. I think you should do a hardball reunion on your show.
So mm,
Michael B. Jordan, Brian Christopher Earn, G Baby.
see, yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, Mike B is like hmm.
But he might be on strike right now. He ain't got nothing to do.
I mean, but that's still Mike B though. That's Mike B. Yeah, you know, that's he in his MJ prime right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be tough to get close to the man Mike B. You know what I'm saying? He in his prime. He in his glow right now, doing great things. So it has been brought up. People have brought it up. For doing a reunion. I mean, would I say I have to say he would be like the head of it because he's that guy. He's the guy in Hollywood.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not against it, but yeah, it's a lot that would have to happen for that to occur. So, but he will
Okay.
probably be one of the biggest dominoes for that to happen.
Do you still talk to anybody from the cast?
Oh yeah, I haven't talked to Mike B in a long time. Sterling, he's on Ridiculousness. Communicate with him. Clarence, the guy Clarence, he's but my friend Chris, he played Clarence on Hardball. He's on Power Force. He plays Jannard on Power Force. Uh,
Hmm.
I still keep in contact with the damn, I keep in contact with him but don't know his name. That's tricky. Friendship down the drain. Oh, Julian. Well, his name is Julian. He played Jefferson Albert Tibbs on the film. Keep in contact with him. Keep in contact with G Baby. So yeah, no, I still keep in contact with quite a few of the guys. So like that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it was that's family. Like if we see each other, it's like, oh man, what's up? We can chop each other, like cool with the parents, like all our parents know each other, cool with each other and stuff like that. Like that was like our first film. It was mostly all of our first film and stuff like that. So and like the camaraderie we had and just the fun and enjoyment we had just making that film, our first film and stuff like that. So um it's like it's something we'll never forget. We'll never not um embrace each other when we see each other and like not bring up something from that time like of the fun we had. So
Okay.
and and then just knowing what it like I just found out maybe like 7 years ago it was a cult classic. Like it's a classic in the hood and stuff like that. Like, oh, it's all bro. Like, people be like, wait, bro, you let G baby that. Like, wait, what are you talking about? You're not fooling. Like, no, a guy really approached me like that. He said, you're not fooling me, bro. You Kofi, I know because you let G baby that. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I get told I'm there. He like, but he wasn't going. He like, bro, I seen that movie too many times. Because that was like me and my brothers and stuff like that. So I'm like, and I hear that, and I hear that quite a bit. Like, and I've been hearing it a lot more. And I'm like, I didn't hear a lot of this when it was within the 5-7 year time span, but like 20 years later, now it's like, oh, you can catch me. I got like 2 wrinkles on my skin and stuff like that, and you can identify me and stuff like that. So, yeah, no, just figuring that out and like the engagement I'm getting from that on social media and stuff like that is just, um, like I said, I've definitely appreciated it more and more every day. And the more like you guys reaching out to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, damn, that kind of that big little thing on Instagram. They want to reach out to me. I disappeared, you know. I did a Mace, you know what I'm saying? Even though Mace, I mean,
Well,
Mace came back. Yeah,
it's definitely
Right.
a classic though. It for
It
sure
is.
is.
It's definitely a hood classic. Hood
Yes.
babies. So we had to reach out. Especially me.
Yes.
but
I enjoyed that movie. I remember watching it with like my brothers, my cousins, like all my family members was posted up in front of my grandmother's TV watching it. So
oh wow. See,
yeah.
that's like when I hear that, like, and that's like everything happens for a reason. And I honestly think the timing to like really hear this and embrace it for me is the right time because now I'm able to like really, I could be, I accept it, receive it, and be able to
Right.
enjoy it, but also I can speak about it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, I couldn't have done this like 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, thanks, I appreciate it. But my mind, I'm thinking autograph. You know what I'm saying? When now it's like, no, they just want to say thank you. They like, oh, they want to get their appreciation for what you did. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um, like I say, you all reaching out to me to be on this podcast, I genuinely truly appreciate it. Just hearing the sit like remember it. We was in my grandma's house in front of the TV, like you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Like now hearing that, you know what I'm saying, like that bringing the family together to watch the film I did. It's like I it's like a dream come true, and it's like understanding that it's so many people that would love to just done that one film. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
to have a film that people can, hey man, we finna go to get together. We finna watch this, bro. That was my like. I want to say it was like a couple Halloweens ago. Someone dressed up as me for Halloween.
Oh wow.
I swear to God, I said, "Oh no!" I cried because I'm like, "Damn, like that's correct." Someone dressed up for me as Halloween. Like
Yeah.
that was never on my bingo card of life. Never on my
Now
bingo
you
card.
understand the magnitude of what you were a
Yeah.
part
And
of. This is
and
Yeah.
that's
huge.
and
Hmm.
that's why I say like get like receiving the flower. I'm gonna say receiving the flowers I am now than then is so much appreciative, and I'm definitely much prepared and ready for it because like man, I ain't gonna get caught up now, but like man, it really makes me feel good what I did. You know what I'm saying? Because I almost didn't even do the film. Like I wasn't even gonna do the film
Wow.
because um so I wasn't gonna do it because so just a small backstory. When I first auditioned for that film at 12, they didn't call me back. So I did like a couple months of auditioning and stuff like that. Then they just stopped hitting me up. So I'm like, ah damn, no motherfucker gonna hit me up. Living life, going. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I apologize. I was in New York. I always visit my grandmother in New York every summer. I was in New York. I was turning 14, about to go into high school. And they called me and said, "Hey, you remember you did so and so? We want to give you the role. Do you want to take it?" I'm like, again, I don't know nothing about this industry. I'm like, dude, that was old as hell. Y'all still making it? I didn't say that. I wasn't cursing, but I'm like, how do y'all wait? I'm like, one, how you still got my number? Two, how can you reach me, bro? That was like 2 years ago I did all the audition. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, I'm like, I don't they got to well, they contacted my mom. So she hit me, got to me, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm here with my grandma. I'm here with my nana. Like, I want to spend time with her. Like, I look out, I wait for this. They like, oh, you need to know soon. And when if you accept, you got to be out here. And this day, I have to cut the trip short. And so I literally was contemplating. And I'm like, and also my brothers and sister was there too. And I'm like, damn, I gotta cut the trip short for them for a film. And I'm like they just telling me about, you know what I'm saying? And then my grandma, like she don't get to spend time with me, you know what I'm saying? And then it would have been a last minute. She got to drive across half the country from New York to Chicago. And I'm like, I don't, I'm like, I literally was like, no, like I don't want to do that. Like I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? But like my mom was like, no, you should do this. And but the ironically, the driving force that made me do it was my grandma. She was like, you know
Mm.
what? This is a great opportunity for you that can open up so many doors for you. We can always spend time together and come back out here again. But I don't think you should turn down this opportunity. So if she didn't tell me to do it, I honestly would not have done
And grandma was
that.
smart.
So
She needed to be
so
your manager.
so thanks to my grandmother telling me to do it, because yeah, I did not want to do it because I just didn't. I wanted to spend time with my grandmother. But if this lady is saying to do it and she's okay with it, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like it was that close and not even again, like I don't know nothing about this industry. I don't know about film. I just want to enjoy time with my friends and family. So uh yeah, if she don't tell me yes, I don't even be in that film. I've been I don't know who plays me, but it wouldn't have been me.
Wow.
Well, thank God it was you.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now,
So you got that. Yep, you got
Yes.
that to hold on to. So outside of the entertainment world, what are you looking forward to?
uh outside that, honestly, man, whoa, I did not get prepped for that question. Hey, PA, I wasn't ready for that one. Yeah. Uh, I mean, a family is in the cards. When? I don't know. Um,
Okay.
uh,
I mean, are
uh,
you trying something?
am I trying? Nah, nah. I'm not
No.
even gonna lie. No, I'm not. Like it's. I get it's a kind of a nervousness of wooing this industry and then start and having a family and in LA where it costs. Because also I was well, not recently, but like years ago, I was touring like going back to Chicago. Like if I did want to do a family, I want to be in Chicago, have my family and stuff like that and things like that. But I also got to understand I got to have a partner to do the family. So would the partner be cool with going to Chicago? You know what I'm saying? So then, so it's something I'm open to. Is it something I am working to do in the next couple of years? No. But things can change. You know, I can slip up and just hit my head on the ground and say, "Oh, I want to be the best father in the world." Start tomorrow. So, you know, but at this moment, as I'm answering this question, not at the moment. No.
No.
But
But you are single looking to mingle. That's what you're saying?
no, I am talking to someone. I am
No.
talking to someone.
Oh,
So
so ladies, he is off the market.
I am talking to someone. So, but
Okay.
also I'm been trickling with other endeavors like like a coming train like kids in basketball, like a basketball trainer. Very
Nice.
basketball was my first love, so and just watching how a lot of these kids play, the fundamentals have definitely been not broken down to them properly. A lot of just Euro and three, no in between. So um that um I'm a bartender, so that's how I'm able to survive LA. That's my I guess my day job, my normal job and stuff like that. So um uh probably get into something with bartending and stuff like that. A lot of many open options. A lot of many open options.
Multiple streams of income. The
Oh
average
no,
millionaire
absolutely.
has seven. So
But yeah, what are those streams? So they got seven rivers. So I'm gonna have a creek. I'm gonna have a I'm gonna have a creek. You know, I'm gonna have a little what's the water that drip down the side of the road after it stop raining. You know, so those streams depends on how deep them streams are going. But no, definitely looking at least 2 to 3. You know what I'm saying? 2 to 3 good solid streams. Getting into investing, like
Mhm.
investing now, stuff like that. So no, that's definitely necessary. Definitely necessary.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being on the 90s Babies podcast. Go
I
ahead and
appreciate
shout
it
out
so
your
much.
social media links.
So my social media links, you can find me on Instagram at at you get what I'm saying. The MP show, TheMPSHOW. You can find me on Twitter at uh the_MP_show. And I think that's the only other social media. I don't be on Facebook like that. It's the family be on there too tough, asking me a lot of questions. There's a lot of weird stuff on Facebook now. But it's my name, Michael Perkins. If you wanna, I don't be on there, so you're gonna be left on red. Don't get mad. Um, also, you can follow my YouTube channel, Uneducated Genius. That's where put my podcast and also future projects, web series, short films, and things like that that I create under the Uneducated Genius umbrella. And absolutely make sure you all follow my podcast. Follow the podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube. It's another podcast thing. It's not another one. I'm just making up stuff. Uh, Live from the Couch podcast. So you might the profile pictures might be a little different. I'm in the process of changing that as well. But you can follow me at Live from the Couch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and check out the video on YouTube.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, go ahead and follow me, Quay Morgan Hill, on Instagram at Quay Morgan Hill. Follow Kevie the Dreamer on Instagram as well, Kevie the Dreamer. And follow our page, 80s, 90s, and 2000s vibes. Until next time, guys, I love you all. Mwah!
Thank you guys for having me on the show. To all y'all fans, appreciate y'all listening. Make sure y'all stay in tune with them. They bringing back the vibes of the past, the vibes of the past.
Thank you so much,
Period.
Michael. We
No
appreciate you.
problem. Thank you. Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right. Have a good one.
Appreciate you.